Oh, hello and welcome back to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life here in Wales. As you can see, I'm still remaining thin. So today I thought we would play around with just a very simple lady bird or ladybug drawing and painting. This was inspired by a trip that I did not so long back. If you want to check the iCards there, I'm going to put a link in there of a day trip that I did on my push bike, because I do a lot of cycling now. And my adventures took me down through country lanes and wooded areas and fields, and I visited our lovely church, which I'm in process of drawing out at the moment on another project which will be painted. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do acrylic or gouache on that one, but we'll work it out. Before I get to the canvas, let's have a quick look at the colours I'm going to be using today. You'll be surprised to see, because I'm painting a ladybug. I'm going to be using red. This is a mid red or a cadmium red. I'm also going to use some crimson, some mid yellow or cadmium yellow. I got some hooker's green because I just don't want to mix any green. You can mix green if you wanted to. You can use different blues. We'll give you different results with some yellows. Standard Mars black, standard white. I'm using my medium mix formula, which is to stop the underbinding and paint. You can find that at www.cli5art.co.uk shop, and I'm using a little bit of my flow improver there today as well. Along with that, I'm going to be using a fine mist bottle just to mist down the surface of the painting, because it's quite warm in the studio today. So I've been asked many a time, Clive, can you show us how to draw? Well, to be honest with you, what I tend to do is I just do quick outlines like this. As you can see, that's just basically an oval there. And there's another oval there. There's another bit of an oval there. We got some legs coming down like that, and a couple of little marks like that, and a line going across the top. That's basically all a ladybug is. It's a very simple line drawing. I don't actually draw things. All I do is draw lines, and then I can paint with it. So do you need to know how to draw in order to paint? Well, it's always handy to do that. But there's fantastic drawing videos out there on YouTube if you want to go and check them. I may do some later on at some point. The other question I'm asked is about reference photos. What reference photos do I use? Well, I use any reference photo. I don't actually copy those photos into paintings, because that's against copyright. But it doesn't mean you can't access the internet and get any reference photo you want and then turn that into a painting. Let me just show you what I mean. So this is a reference photo that I've just grabbed down from the internet. There you are. It's just a ladybug on a piece of wheat or something like that. And the other one is a ladybug on a leaf. And that's it. That's the two images that I'm going to be using as reference. So I can't share these images with you, because I don't know who took them, so I couldn't make them available for you. But if you want to pause your video and maybe take a screen capture, that's entirely up to you, but I'm not telling you to do that. You use your own initiative. Okay, without further ado, let's go straight on to the canvas. Now, I've already pre-gessoed this. Now you can see it's two canvases stuck together. This is a 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter, a 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter, and I've put them together, and I've secured them with a couple of staples just to secure that, because I wanted this long canvas. And what I can do, I can separate this if I wanted to, and just make that little gap, or I'll leave it as it is. But I quite like that line down there. It was just a different way of making this canvas the way I wanted it. And you could put 4 of these together, or 3 of these. You can put them in different shapes. I've done them. I've done a painting with 3. I think it's a trice. If it's available, I'll put it in the iCards up there. Okay, without further ado, let's just grab a brush. I'm grabbing just a short flat. There we are. Just a easy, nice, little tiny short flat. These all brushes are available on my website. I'm just going to put them out of the way for there, because I want some palette space. There we go. I'm just going to wet down. what I'm looking for now, I'm looking at my reference photo, and I'm looking for a very light green. So I'm going to get some green and some yellow together, and I'm just going to play around with just mixing. I'm going to put a little bit of white to it. I'm just going to play around with just maybe a light green there, like that. Maybe I want a bit lighter than that, so I'm just going to get a bit more light white to it. There you go, that's a nice colour. Get these two colours to merge together. Now, as you know, what I tend to do here is, in my lessons, is I just want to encourage people to paint. And if I can get you started, that's brilliant. Makes my day, that does. It really does. So I've been on a health and fitness drive at the moment. So I've been doing a lot of cycling, as I said, around the countryside. And the good thing about that is it's enabling me to bring what I see on my journeys into the lesson, like that fantastic church that I'm going to be painting. And I've seen some hay bales in the fields, and I've seen some wonderful scenes as I've been cycling around the countryside where I live. So I thought I've been taking photographs of these things, and I've been just snapping some reference photos, and I'm going to be bringing those into the studio, because we can still paint summertime paintings in the winter time, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy my summertime now, out on cycling around on the bike. So I'm just getting this lovely background in place. There we go. Just playing with this. I could use a bigger brush, but to be honest with you, I'm not in a rush today. I'm not in a rush. I'm just sitting back and relaxing, just enjoying the painting. In fact, today I had quite a stressful weekend. Not the fact that I was stressed, it's just I visited London, and the energy in London is just electric. Everybody's rushing around, everybody's got to try and get somewhere, or they're coming from somewhere. And we were down by the London Eye, and we went to see the London Dungeon exhibit. That was fantastic, really scary. If you're in London, go down to the London Eye, look for the London Dungeon, go and give it a try, because especially if you've got kids as well, it does get a bit scary in there. I did get a bit scared. The lights go off, it gets a bit dark, so if you don't like the dark, that's not the place to go. But they done we've seen like a little place around with the Sweeney Todd, that's the word that's the name I was looking for, Sweeney Todd. There was Sweeney Todd in there with Jack the Ripper. They give us a little bit of history about that. There was the Great Fire of London we experienced. Oh, it was great. I've got to be honest with you, it's well worth visiting that. Didn't go on London Eye because Jane doesn't like heights, and I'm not partial of heights myself. But we did find this fantastic boat that was opposite, just down from Westminster Bridge on the south side, I think it is. So there's the side where Big Ben is. If you're in London, the side where Big Ben is, if you walk down the embankment down there, there's a boat down there, and they do a lovely fish and chips, and they sell Pims. Oh, I had a lager. Oh, it was lovely. And I'm on this diet, so I've had to be a bit careful with my diet, but I really enjoyed myself, and it was a fantastic time. So we've got another trip planned shortly. I'm going abroad shortly for my summer holidays, because that was just a midweek break. And the reason I'm having a couple of holidays this year is because My wife and I have been married for 25 years, so we're just having a couple of smaller celebrations rather than spend money on a party, which neither of us really want. We thought, wouldn't it be nice if we just indulged ourselves and had some time to ourselves and just enjoyed all the things that we like to do. There we go. Now, it could have been a quicker way of painting that with a bigger brush, but I shall do that on the other side. I think it might be easier because I get carried away with myself sometimes. I talk a lot, and I get a bigger brush, so I'm going to use a slightly different brush now. I'm going to use a bristle brush for this one. Maybe we can get a bit of different texture going on in there. There you go. Yes, then we went over to the Royal Albert Hall, and we just went in there for lunch, which was really nice. Very, very reasonably priced if you're visiting London. Really enjoyed that. Again, they do tours and everything there. We've seen the Albert Memorial. We went around Regent's Park then as well, and we've seen Princess Diana's memorial fountain. We've been to Hyde Park and seen the swans, and we were feeding little birds as well in a part of I think it's Hyde Park or Regent's Park. I'm not too sure which one it was, but there was parrots there, green ones, yes, and you could feed them. The kids were absolutely over the moon with that. I didn't take any of my children with me, but there were children there feeding these things, and and I went up. I had one on my fingers, and it was a lovely trip. It really was. But we walked some miles, I must say. We walked some miles. There we are. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in some water. I'm going to put my other brush in some water as well, because what we want to do now, we want to get some red on this lovely little creature. So I'm just going to pick up I don't know what this is, a very small short flat. You know me, I don't stand up on ceremony very often. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of cadmium red and a little bit of crimson together. I'm just going to paint his body in like this. Very easy and quick, this type of painting, and I've seen quite a few of these little creatures in a hedgerow when I was out with a camera one morning, and I was taking some photos of the fields I'm going to be painting shortly. And it's nice just to be able to relax and paint these simple little paintings, and they really are simple little paintings. It just allows you to get used to paint and used to flow of paint and stuff like that. And I find over the years that these little paintings sell a lot better than the big paintings. I don't know why, but people seem to love these naturistic paintings, like little. You can paint birds, you can paint insects. It really does. Just add in a little bit of yellow. They really do well at craft fairs and things. So the link I put up in the cards there, the link is there. There's a couple of videos in there of me when I'm going around on the push bike, and I take my camera with me, and I make these wonderful videos as well for my other YouTube channel, which I'm trying to get up off the ground. So please just pop along and subscribe to that and give me some support. The link is there. The link is also in the descriptions, but I'll put the channel there for you. Please pop along and support me. So all I ask is just a little bit of help on that one, because I got other plans for that channel. This is where I'm going to be doing all other types of videos that I've wanted to be doing for years and years and years, besides from painting. So, but there's healthy tips in there, and there's some cooking recipes, and there's loads of stuff that's going to be in there. Loads of stuff that's going to be in there. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little detailing brush now, and I'm going to get some black paint. There you go, I got a little detail brush. These brushes I'm using, this is a number 6. These are all available on my website, www.clive5art.co.uk. So I'm just flicking through and getting my reference photos up so I can just follow these shapes. Red, black and green so far, that's all we're using. You could add a little bit of blue into this black if you wanted to. So back to London. Wow, what a city that was. I've been there a few times now and visited with my good friend Jason Bowen of Jason Bowen Art. And if you want to know how to use oils and that, then please pop along to his channel. I'll make that available for you as well. And we went there, well, we've been there the last couple of years running, in fact. So I'll put those videos up in the iCards as well. Yeah, I will check them out. We visited some wonderful galleries. The National Portrait Gallery. We visited the Natural History Museum. We visited the Tate Gallery as well. So all these wonderful places around London. It's a fantastic city to visit. There we are. So let's just look at this now. There we go. So wash my brush a little bit. I'm just going to get some black. I'm going to put a black spot down. And if you don't want to paint a painting to sell, and you just want to paint in for fun, well, why don't you encourage your children, because it's school holidays here in the UK, and they absolutely love to paint, children, and you might learn something from that as well. So I'm just going to get a little bit of red. I'm going to mix a little bit of black to it, like that. So I got a reddish black. So I'm going to put a little line just down his back like that a minute. Let's give me some shadow in there. Also going to put a bit of shadow around there as well. Put another spot then. Like that, and there'll be another one then. There. There'd be another spot then, just pointing, poking out for there. We also seen the Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with Sheridan Smith and Jason Donovan, and what a fantastic show that was. So we've had a really fantastic time, in fact. So I'm going to get a bit of white, because they've also got white on them, haven't they? So he's got a bit of white going to be there, like that. And he's going to have a bit of white there. There you go. Black. Pure black. Big lump of black now I want to put a big lump of black there like this. That's his little mouth and his eyes. That's his eye and that's his eye there. He's going to be munching on a. He's going to be munching on a leaf. So I got a leg coming there. I can have another leg come in there. Just checking my reference photo where his legs are, because you don't want to put legs in the wrong place, do we? And he's going to have another little leg coming out there like that. There you go. 1, 2, 3. I think it's 6 legs. Right, I'm just going to let that dry. So I'm going to go back now to the brush that we originally started, because what I want to do is get some darker green now. Just pull in a little bit of leaf shape like that. Because he's eating this leaf. He's holding on to this leaf for all he's worth. So you can see why I mean when I say you just need a guideline to paint. I'm not smoothing this down, I want this to show brush marks. Looks like there's a big leaf there like that. We could have let's just have a look at this. We could have another big leaf of sorts there. Put a few scaggy lines in like this. Don't know what that is. It could be just other bits of grass and stuff, and it's just flicking around. There's a background there like that then. Get a bit of yellow. We need a bit of yellow. Just on this. Leaf like that. Looking nice. It's looking nice. Scarking it through. Do you remember that palette knife painting we did the other week of the seascape? well, you can use your brush in a similar way if you wanted to, like I'm doing here, just to get that dragging effect. There you go. Put in a few. Bits of grass in like this. Just gives it effect that maybe he's just on a grass verge, or he's in a field somewhere maybe, and there could be hedges and all this other stuff around behind him. He's coming. He's looking pretty good. I quite like him. Now, I need to go back into that little brush that we did the red with now. And I'm just going to get a little bit of yellow. Because I just want to lighten up. This is just yellow on top of the red that's already been painted on. So I should be dry enough to take this other layer, just going over that black line because I just want to hide that black line just a little bit. There we go, just get a little bit of lightness there. I just picked up a bit of black then on my brush from the bit of paint down there, so I'm just going to use that as a bit of shadow because it's pretty good to do that. Just touched a bit of black there just to get that shadow in. There's just a blackness on the canvas. I've just picked up with the tip of my brush. Again, just get a little bit of paint just off his leg, which I put in there. I just want to darken this side a little bit. I don't want too much. Just want a little bit of shadow in there, just to give it a little bit of form. It looks like that form, you know what I mean? I know what I mean. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put his legs in place. So I'm going to go back to that little detail brush, or the round brush, which is the number 6 brush. I'm going to get his legs in place now, because he's going to have, let me just look how his legs are on this thing. He's going to have a little leg coming out like that, and he's going to be holding on like that, and then this leg is going to be coming down, and he's going to be holding on down there like that, and then this little leg is just going to be like that. There you go, a nice black line now. just under there, using a bit of my medium mix formula. There you go. We need to make that a bit blacker. Just adding a bit more black to that. There we go. Leaving that a little bit whiter down there. These are his eyes. There. Back into white, because I just want to brighten up these little spots just a touch. Taking a paint off my brush, just damping my brush down, because I just want to blend that then in like that. Bit of light then just falling onto him. It could be a little glint of light just catching his shell like that. There we are. That's cool. I like it. I do like that. So I'm going to get a script lining brush. This is a long, thin, pointy brush, and I'm just going to thin down some paint like this. Just put a few light the marks in. Just to balance it a little bit. Now you can put him on a leaf, you can do anything you want with him actually. I'm just looking at him a bit closer now just to make sure that he does look like a ladybug. Been a while since I painted ladybugs. There you go. Nice, quick, easy painting for you. Give yourself a little bit of fun. Encourage the children to paint as well. And if you're getting back into painting, well, why not start with something nice and easy like this? Because it's what it's all about, really. And you can learn so much by doing things like this. You really can. You can put him on a flower. You can put him on anything you want. So what I've noticed, I'm just going to put a little there we are, and I'm just going to get some white paint just on the very tip of my brush, just to, gotta be careful, catch his eyes like that. There we are. One simple little ladybug painting for you. Give it a try. Dry drawing a couple of ovals. There we are. There's 3 ovals there, a couple of straight lines. Put it on a flower, whatever you want to do. Just play. You play with this in any way you want, and that's all I want you to do is. All I want you to do is I just want to encourage you to get into painting, and my paintings are done to relax, and the other, when I do commissions, that's a totally different ball game. But I will be doing a landscape next with maybe some hay balers or something, but give that a try. So if you like what you've seen today, don't forget, give me that thumbs up, click the notification bell, and above all, please subscribe. And over there is a video that you can watch, and in the iCards as well. But until next time, have fun with this little double canvas, and enjoy painting that ladybug. Bye.